Section 1.4 Quadratic Equations. In this section, we'll be talking about the zero factor property, square root property, completing the square, the quadratic formula, solving for a specified variable, and the discriminant. The first thing that we're going to talk about is the quadratic equation in one variable. An equation that can be written in the following form, where we have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Where a, b, and c are real numbers, with a not equal to 0 is a quadratic equation. The given form is called a standard form. A second degree equation. A quadratic equation is a second degree equation, and that is an equation with a squared variable term and no terms of greater degree. If we take a look at this first example here, x squared equals 25. The highest degree of the variable term is 2, which is a second degree equation. If we take a look at this next equation, 4x squared plus 4x minus 5 equals 3. Now there are two variables in this equation. The one with the highest degree is this x squared, which makes that a second degree equation. The last equation in this example, we have x squared equals 4x minus 8. Again, the highest degree of the variable is 2, which makes that also a second degree equation. The zero factor property. If a and b are complex numbers with a, b equal to 0, then a equals 0 or b equals 0 or both equal 0. So here's just an example. Okay, let's say if I have a binomial, and I'm going to say this is x plus 1. Okay, and that's going to be representative, let's say a. And then we have another one that says x plus 2, and that's b. So you're multiplying them together, and then you're going to set that equal to 0. Okay, the goal is of the zero factor property is this allows us to be able to set both of those equal to 0. So you notice here we have a equals 0 and b equals 0. So that means we would say x plus 1 equals 0, the or statement, or x plus 2 equals 0. And then if we would solve these two equations, we would subtract 1. We would get x equals negative 1. Or if we would subtract 2, we would have x equals negative 2, which means those are the two solutions. And so then we would write this as a solution set, putting the smallest number first, negative 2, comma negative 1. And therefore this allows us to then use that because of the zero factor property.